Since late August 2025, Indonesia has been shaken by the largest wave of protests in over 2 decades. The unrest began after lawmakers approved controversial housing perks, giving themselves more than $3,000 a month, an amount nearly 10 times greater than the minimum wage in Jakarta. For many Indonesians already struggling with rising costs of living, this was the breaking point. The outrage grew deeper after the tragic death of 21-year-old driver Affan Kurniawan. Crushed by a police armored vehicle during a protest, his story spread rapidly online and ignited anger across the nation. To many, Affan became a symbol of injustice, an ordinary citizen whose life was lost amid the struggle for fairness. What started as demonstrations in Jakarta quickly spread to 32 of the country's 38 provinces. In cities from Makassar to Yogyakarta, protests escalated into violence. Parliament buildings and police stations were set ablaze. Crowds clashed with security forces, shops were looted, cars overturned, and smoke filled the air. The toll has been heavy. Amnesty International reports at least 8 people killed. Nearly 500 have been injured and more than 1,200 detained. Among the dead are students, workers, and bystanders, victims of tear gas, rubber bullets, and even stampedes during the chaos. In Yogyakarta, a university student was struck and killed. In Solo, a pedicab driver died after inhaling tear gas. And in Makassar, at least 3 people lost their lives in violent confrontations. These stories have fueled even greater anger, as families demand accountability for the bloodshed. The government, under President Prabowo Subianto, has responded with force. Military units now patrol city streets. Checkpoints have been set up. Schools and universities have been forced to move classes online. In Bandung, police fired tear gas and rubber bullets at students outside campuses, leaving one critically injured and sparking outrage among educators and activists. Rights groups warn that the crackdown is pushing the country toward a dangerous path. Reports have emerged of protesters missing, with at least 20 people unaccounted for since the violence began. Civil society organizations are demanding transparent investigations, not only into the deaths, but also into allegations of excessive use of force. Despite the risks, thousands continue to march. Chants for justice echo in Jakarta's streets as demonstrators call not just for the repeal of lawmakers' perks, but for real reform and accountability. For many, this movement is no longer just about money. It is about dignity, fairness, and the future of democracy in Indonesia. As the crisis deepens, the nation stands at a crossroads. Will the government listen to the voices demanding change, or will Indonesia slide further into unrest and repression? The answer will shape the country for years to come.